All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, sincere, hopeful elect Akim of Ma'at Arabaim Arabai Alap, that's to say 144,000. Pushing the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in spirit and in truth. That's what we are striving to be a part of, the 144,000. So with this lesson, quickly, I just want to get into a dream that I had 2 nights ago. All right. And, Salaki, I should have did this lesson a little bit earlier, but it's been a crazy ass week. But, so pretty much just getting into, the lesson or the dream that I had, which really was a vision. As you can see, I took some notes here. And so in the dream, I was somewhere in Italy. I don't know exactly where I was, but I just know that I was in Italy. All right. The architecture, the landscape, it just looked like some major city somewhere in Italy. All right. And through the spirit, I knew I was in Italy. And it was weird because the government was doing some new type of they were doing some new type of pretty much experiment where they had it was like a blood mist that they were spraying in the air, just how they do chemtrails, but it was blood. All right, to where it wasn't necessarily red, but you can kind of taste the iron in your mouth, because if you ever tasted blood before, it's iron. You can taste the iron in it if you ever cut yourself or something like that, in the road or something. But that even on the transit, it was like I was in third person, observing everything. It's like I was there, but I was like, hovering over these experiences, and people get you literally could like taste the blood in in the air, man. It was weird, but it was so much that it was blood flow on the ground, to where like blood was flowing on the ground. And the government was expecting people to just continue on living life like that wasn't happening. Cars and buses, as they were driving, were literally driving through blood. It's weird. People were walking down the street, going to work, and you got a blood mist on your clothes and on your shoes. It was weird, man. And as it says, in my notes, you could taste the iron on in the air. And also, people were spitting out light amounts of blood. It was like just breathing that blood would accumulate, and you're spitting it out like ugh. It was a weird dream, man. And then some people some people actually liked it. All right, the fact that they can taste the blood. Some people enjoyed that, Also, they had the population funneled towards a centralized location. So I remember being on the bus, like hovering, like in the bus, but it's like I'm third person. I'm hovering over it like as a spirit, seeing all this, and people were on the bus, utilizing the transit system, and eventually they pretty much, I want to say, like cornered off certain parts of the city and centralized everybody to like the major area of like a downtown. All right, so everybody had to stop what they were doing and were centralized to this centralized downtown location. And it was a big it was like a big beast-like CDC bus that they unleashed. And this bus was like, it was crazy, man. It was like a big ass bus, but it looked hella stealth, hella it was just creepy, man. It was creepy. You know, it was hella wide, you know, as if they took a couple buses and like fused them together, and it was just a big ass wide bus that was hella fast and could maneuver hella quick. And that shit was hitting corners hella fast, like 90-degree angle corners. Like it was weird. And then when it pulled up to the centralized location, it was a loudspeaker that was announced, take out your right arm. And in the dream, when that was announced, people knew that, okay, this bus, this big ass beast bus thing is gonna be administering the mark of the beast. It was a universally known thing in the dream that when they said that on the loudspeaker, and it was heard all throughout the city, man, all hell broke loose. When they said that shit on the loudspeaker, people, it went crazy, man. People was running around like chickens with their head cut off. You had people that was trying to leave that centralized location and run anywhere they could. You know, people was trying to steal cars, fighting it. It was hectic. You know, it was hectic. So that was pretty much the dream. And so let me get Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. And we're living in the times in which, you know, you pretty much, Esau is going to attempt to make everyone worship the image of the beast. All right. And if you ain't down with the program, he's going to be looking to get you out of there. You know, if you have talking points or a doctrine that's not pretty much administered by the government and okayed by the government, you know, Esau is going to be looking to have you, you know, ousted from society and or just flat out killed, man, done away with. Okay. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. And we know that mark is at, you know, RFID. All right. That micro C hip. You know, there's no coincidence that a lot of stuff within societies the world over is pertaining to currencies. It's all going digital. All right. And Esau with that currency being digital, eventually it's going to be so intrusive that it's going to be needed to be put into your flesh by way of the MOTB. Okay. And that's going to be something that everybody on planet Earth is going to have to be faced with. You're going to have to come to that decision of, are you going to go along with the program, or are you going to stand stiff and firm in the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you know, that you're going to be delivered and protected and fed and clothed and so on and so forth. All right. No matter the circumstances, you know, you got to maintain that faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, which is 666. Because when you look at the Universal Product Code, the UPC code, on the back of anything that you purchase, the first two long lines, the second two long lines, and the first two long lines, the middle two long lines, and the last two long lines on every UPC code that you can scan numerically represents 6. All right, so that's how we know, you know, what the mark of the beast is. All right, the number is, okay? Because even those micro C hips have that technology within it, okay? So you'll be a number tracked, you know. And lastly, Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. All right. Behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So when all these things start really, really popping off, Jacob's trouble, and it's very apparent that, you know, Esau's coming down with that great wrath, attempting to force people to make, you know, take the ultimatum, or make the ultimatum of, you know, people being faced with the ultimatum of taking the micro C hip or not. Hey, we know Yahweh Shai's around the corner, man. Okay? So we need these things to happen. We need these prophecies to come to pass so we can get the fuck up out of here, man. Okay? You got a lot of stuff going on, man. And it's only going to accumulate to more and more grievous things that, you know, the average person is going to be faced with. Okay? But the point being, you know, we got to keep the word of Yahweh Shem Shai's patience. All right? In hopes that the Heavenly Father, via Yahweh Shai, keeps us from the hour of temptation, because it's going to come as a trial upon the whole planet. All right? So, you know, that was a vision that I had, and that mug felt real, man. But, you know, Abaratazah, this was edifying. Till next time, shalom.